Hi, do you suffer from the debilitating symptoms of multiple sclerosis? Fatigue, pain, the constant headaches, the inability to walk up and down the stairs properly, optic neuritis and loss of bowel and bladder control? If so, it's worth staying to the end of this presentation to learn how you can overcome the symptoms of multiple sclerosis. Being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis is scary. I should know because 5 years ago I was diagnosed with MS. And I bet you felt like your whole world came tumbling down around you and you thought, how am I going to look after the kids? Can I even have kids? Can I provide for the family? What does my life look like in 5-10 years from now? Am I even going to have a life that I can enjoy? They're all really scary and very real things to feel. And I totally understand how you feel. But the good news is there is a solution. The You Can Beat MS program has been put together for people feeling just like you do. And I believe this program is completely different from any other treatment or anything out there on the market. And the reason that it's so different is because we're treating you as a person and not a disease. Treating the causes of what caused the multiple sclerosis in the first place, not just the symptoms. The reason that you got MS is going to be completely different for the reasons that I got MS or for the reasons that someone else got MS. And this is the core of the program. It's all about treating and identifying the drivers of the multiple sclerosis disease for you. So what do I mean when I say driver? A driver is something that happens in the environment that causes pathological changes inside your body that then causes symptoms. An example of this might be a viral infection. Now, viruses have been shown to be hugely linked to the onset of multiple sclerosis, and you may have read this before. But getting a viral infection like the glandular fever virus alters the way the immune system functions, potentially increasing something called T helper 1 cells. T helper 1 cells are all about attacking your own tissue. If that becomes dominant in the body, suddenly your body starts to attack its own myelin sheath. This then causes lesions that causes the symptoms of MS. Another example may be stress, and this is a driver I see all too commonly in people diagnosed with MS. Stress causes inflammation in the body and changes to our immune system. Inflammation then causes symptoms like pain and fatigue, two of the most common symptoms seen in multiple sclerosis. The You Can Beat MS program is designed around identifying the specific drivers for you. And there are a heap of these drivers. I've mentioned a few. It could be viral infections, stress, low levels of vitamin D, heavy metals such as mercury. It could be faults in a gene called the MTHFR gene. It could be faults in our essential fatty acid metabolism. It could even be candida or leaky gut syndrome. The program is designed to go through to identify your specific drivers. And we do this by running good pathology testing and filling in some forms that you get to download in the program. We put all of this information together and then you're able to identify what the priority drivers are needing treatment for you. The program then goes on to go through the entire treatments needed to treat each individual driver. And it's a step-by-step program where we hold your hand and we show you how to do this. And you may have more than one driver, you may have 5 or 6, and the program outlines the order in which to treat them. The other things that we look at in the program is diet. Diet is such a hugely important part if you want to reverse and change the symptoms of the MS. You need to cut out dairy, you have to remove gluten and sugar and processed hydrogenated oils. It's so hugely important. So we absolutely look at how to change the diet. We also have written a cookbook for you that gives you over 100 recipes so you can not only know how to cook good healthy food, but it makes it so much easier for you. The other hugely important part of this program is looking at your mindset and what you believe around healing and well-being. And I've been really lucky to work with a fantastic NLP practitioner from Queensland named Stuart Walter, who works with elite athletes right up to Olympic level. And he and I sat down together and wrote an NLP program for people diagnosed with MS. NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and it's all about working with your subconscious mind, the things that hide beneath the surface there, the stress and those little programs that say, am I going to be able to work in 5 years from now? What we do is we've put a program together that you can listen to while you go to sleep that helps shift that subconscious mind and gets your mind pointing you towards wellness. If you can get your mind honed and pointing the right direction, the whole wellness journey and reversing the symptoms of MS becomes a whole lot easier. Let me give you a little bit more detail about exactly what's included in the program. The program is divided into 6 steps, and the first step is all about the essentials. And in this we go into really great detail about what MS is, in layman's terms, so you can understand it. We go right through the pathology testing that you'll need to do to identify your drivers, and this may be testing like highly sensitive C-reactive proteins, the MTHFR gene, activated B12 levels, Candida antibodies, essential fatty acid red cell tests, and a whole pile more. But we give you all of that plus all the reference ranges so you'll know whether your results are normal or not normal. We then go right through the diet, and I've mentioned some of the foods that you'll need to avoid, but we also include all the foods that you can eat, like fish and vegetables, nuts and seeds, really good quality fats, and lean pasture-fed meats, as well as about being adequately hydrated and a stack of amazing juicing recipes that actually help to reverse specific drivers of the MS disease. After that, and I've mentioned with the mindset, you get all of these audio programs, and that includes the NLP programs to listen to when you go to bed at night, meditation programs to help reduce stress levels, as well as hypnotherapy programs to help alter your subconscious mind to get it pointed towards the road to wellness and health. We also have specific exercises to help strengthen the lower body, and this is really important because exercise is not only anti-inflammatory, it's hugely important to lay down new neural pathways and help you feel more mobile. You also get full access to us online, so if you need to send us an email, both myself or my beautiful assistant Erica will get back to you as soon as we can. So we'll give you online support. If you get stuck with any of the drivers or interpreting any of the tests, feel free to email us everything and we'll have a look at it for you. We're here to hold your hand and help you on the journey. And you have to remember that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Reversing the symptoms of MS takes time, but we'll be here with you every step of the way to help. Imagine how you would feel knowing what the drivers of your disease are. Imagine how empowering that is to know the things that you can control and change to help you feel well again. And that's what this program is. It's about empowering you and giving you the information so you can take control and you can have a huge active part to play in your road to wellness. So I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Fiona and I am a naturopath and clinical researcher with over 10 years of clinical experience. And like I mentioned, I've also been diagnosed with MS. And I'm going to share with you now some of the testimonials that my clients have felt when they've undertaken this program. But my absolute hope for you is that by treating the drivers, you will feel as amazing as I do and as amazing as many of my clients do as well. Testimonial 1 is from a female in her late 40s. Since being treated by Fiona, I feel that I am healthier than ever. I have more energy. The diet that she has recommended has changed my way of life. I now feel much more in touch with the everyday, the joys, the pain, fun with the kids and husband, and that has enriched how I live rather than being in any way negative. I can only encourage all people diagnosed with MS to seek out Fiona. She offers so much more an explanation and provides you with a more firm way forward than any have done in the purely medical field. Mary Green, Eltham. Testimonial 2 is from a female in her early 30s. Sometimes I wonder how lucky I am that I managed to find Fiona. In fact, I have quite often thought that without my diagnosis I never would have met this prodigious personality. She rocks big time. Not that I'm grateful for the diagnosis, but she is truly the good that came with the bad. Her tenderness and caring ways have me thinking on a completely different level. She listened to my story and was able to give me more information about the disease than any of the 3 neurologists did. But most importantly, what I found most helpful was Fiona's ability to help me grasp the concept of hope. Without the concept of hope, the future was collisionous. A very big part of my healing had begun even after my initial visit. Lena Brighton, Australia. I'm so confident that you'll feel so empowered by identifying and treating the drivers of your disease that I offer a 60-day money-back guarantee in the unlikely event that you don't see any benefits from purchasing the program. So I guess you have 2 options. Option 1 is to decide that this is a logical choice, that treating the drivers and treating you as a person and not a disease makes logical sense, that maybe making some dietary changes, decreasing your stress and doing a bit of exercise might just help reverse the symptoms of multiple sclerosis. And then there's option 2, to continue doing what you've already done or try something else. And either is fine, and I welcome you on whatever journey you decide to take. So thank you for taking the time to watch the video and look through the other pages on the You Can Beat MS website. If you have any questions, please feel free to send us an email at support@youcanbeatms.com. Remember, reversing the symptoms of multiple sclerosis is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time and dedication. And ultimately, it's up to you to implement and make the changes recommended in the program. I can't do that for you. But if you're motivated and you're interested in treating the drivers of the disease, reducing your stress levels, changing your diet, and doing a bit of exercise, then I'd love to share this journey with you. To yours and good health.